The Eternal Conflict. I take the following knowledge from a surviving fragment of one of the scrolls of the Church of Zagarum. In it, the unknown scribe tells of events which took place millennia before the founding of the church. Thus, the descriptions are of questionable validity. I personally believe that the tales came from earlier and unknown sources. I have my suspicions, which, for the time, I will keep to myself. The scroll describes a war fought by agents of light and order against creatures of chaos and shadow. That is to say, forces both of the high heavens and the burning hells. This war was most commonly fought within the realm of Pandemonium. According to one of the earliest necromancers, the angels and demons battled over control of one essential object, the heart of creation, the World Stone. The World Stone is not, as the name implies, a mere stone. It is a colossal, mountain-sized object which was believed by many, and is supported by multiple petroglyphs in ancient sculptures, to be the actual Eye of Anu, the One. According to legend, the World Stone is an artifact of unimaginable power. Lacking the specificity and background a scholar such as I would like, I believe exists that control of this stone changed hands many times over the eons. Oral history tells us that the World Stone allowed the side that possessed it to alter reality and create life in the worlds almost without restriction. The account continues that angels used the stone to build worlds of perfect order in line with their ideals of justice, hope, wisdom, faith, and valor. Whereas demons used the stone to create unfathomable engines of annihilation and worlds of destruction, terror, and hatred. However, these worlds created by angels and demons never flourished. They were inherently flawed and doomed to wither and die. I know not whether such worlds were ever created, or, if they were, whether any of them still exist. To the best of my knowledge, no man has ever beheld such a world. Therefore, I suspect this account is literary license. What we can all agree upon, however, is that this object was of great importance and that, whatever its use, it was greatly coveted by the angels and demons. Further research suggests that, in time, an archangel called Tyrael ordered a bastion to be built around the World Stone, a stronghold which would come to be known as the Pandemonium Fortress. I can testify to the existence of the Pandemonium Fortress, as I was once there. I can tell you from first-hand experience that this stronghold embodies the warped reality traits ascribed to Pandemonium as a whole. Indeed, I have never seen anything quite like it. That having been said, I cannot be sure whether it was simply otherworldly in nature, or it was built by an angel or a mad demon. In any case, over the course of the Eternal Conflict, the fortress changed hands between angels and demons. Thus, it has taken on structural and metaphysical traits from both the high heavens and the burning hells. Long ago, an angel known as Inarius seized the World Stone and, through some impossible act of magic, veiled it from the sight of both heaven and hell. He had accomplished this with the aid, I presume, of the mysterious demoness Lilith, and a cadre of other angels and demons who had grown disillusioned with eternal conflict. Inarius succeeded in manipulating the power of the stone to create the world of Sanctuary, a hidden paradise where he and his followers could live free from the madness of unending strife. This is the place we know as the mortal realm. This is our world. We must pause a moment to think upon this. Our world, unlike all the other worlds, was created by both angels and demons. The day of Sanctuary's creation, the nature of the eternal conflict changed. Much confusion spread through the burning hells and the high heavens. The center of all things they had fought over for countless millennia had vanished. it was simply gone. At first, both sides suspected the other, but in time, they realized that the truth was something different. Thus, it was that the battle for possession over the World Stone became the search for it. That not all things assumed of the burning hells and the high heavens are true. For instance, there were different cults which reigned in the period between what we know as the Sin War and the Dark Exile. It was believed by some that the high heavens and the burning hells were places where the souls of men went when they died, that men either were rewarded for their virtues or received punishment for their failings. Aside from the unfounded beliefs of various cults, there is nothing in academia to support this. It is important that you, the listener, understand that the high heavens and the burning hells, much like the realm of pandemonium, are actual, physical locations in this universe. Personally, I believe that there exists a place where the men of soul go after their death. I must confess that even I do not always know where myth ends and truth begins. That, listener, I will let you judge for yourself.